This week and the following week, we'll be working on our writing test. Today, we're going to review as we are going to be writing a paragraph, and it takes time. You'll see the beginning of part 2 of your test look like this, and it's going to ask you in part 2 to write an informative essay. You will be writing one paragraph is what we're going to focus on, and you're focusing on what fossils are and how can they be found. And I would like you to focus again. Remember, we have read source number 1 and source number 2. We'll start with source number 1, which is from a magazine article titled Fossil Hunters. That's the topic. Now let's read the topic sentence and details and the conclusion. Here it says fossil hunters. To find out about life on Earth long ago, scientists study fossils. These are preserved parts of animals or plants that lived long ago. The word fossil means dug up. Most fossils lie beneath many layers of soil or sand. These fossils have been hidden underground for years. The second source comes from a computer, and it's an internet source titled Sticks and Bones. Let's begin reading. Anning lived in the right place to become a fossil hunter. The cliffs near her home had been crumbling for many years. This was due to wind and waves. Thousands of fossils became uncovered. Many fossils washed out to sea. Others ended up on the beaches of Lyme Regis. Now that we have read both sources, let's read the prompt, which says, it tells you what to write. That's what the prompt is. It says to write an informative essay and telling you what fossils are. So you have to turn that into a topic sentence. Okay. And so you would write fossils are interesting for many reasons. That's how you would start your topic sentence. You're not really giving many details. Make sure you organize that as a topic sentence. Remember, we're not working on detail, example, or conclusion yet. You start with fossils are interesting for many reasons. Your detail, please cite your source. Use those transition words according to source number blank. Remember that you are working on source number 1 first, and it's titled Fossil Hunters, so remember that's the one we're citing first. What are fossils? According to source number 1, they are preserved parts of animals or plants that lived long ago. That's the first piece that we're focusing on. So remember, you already have a topic sentence. You need to cite your source and write according to source number 1. And your detail would be fossils are preserved parts of animals or plants from long ago. You can find the example underneath that detail. Make sure that you write it down and you say, for example. Then tell me a little bit more about fossils. They lie beneath. For example, most fossils lie beneath many layers of soil or sand. Now, which source should we use next? You have already used one of these sources, so you have to use source number 2. Source number 1 has already been used. Let's find a fact of how fossils can be found. That was the second question you're asked to write about. In source number 2, you have to cite it. Don't forget, you have to write according to source number 2. Well, you see here it says cliffs and beaches. So write that detail. Fossils can be found in beach cliffs. Perfect. Now is the example's turn, right? Make sure you tell me more about fossils found in beach cliffs. So you would write, as a matter of fact. Those are example transition words. Put your comma. Many fossils wash out to sea. That's how they can be found. Finally, there is your conclusion where you restate your topic sentence, but do not use the word interesting. Make sure you still say fossils. As you can see, fossils are worth learning about. Okay, so we will be putting these in order and working in break.